Hello everyone, how are you? Hey, you know what happened on Monday Night Raw and NXT for March the 20th and 21st of 2023. Raw had 6 matches this week, which I liked. It was like 2 matches an hour, some segments, which I liked. 2 matches of Raw was total shit. Almost quickly defeated Mustafa Ali with a couple minutes. Whoopie a goddamn do there. And Bianca Belair and Asuka took on Chelsea Green. It was supposed to be Carmella, but apparently she couldn't make the show or something. So she was replaced by Piper Niven. Terrible main event. All Bianca Belair. Asuka did nothing. She just basically stayed outside the ring. Bianca Belair just beat the shit out of Piper Niven and delivered a KOD driver for the 1-2-3. Like, what the hell? Piper Niven, when she was Doudrop, was getting her ass handed to her every week by week by week. Then Triple H takes over. They drop Doudrop's name. She comes back. She starts destroying people left, right, and center. Now she's being used as like a punching bag again. It's like they don't know what to do with her. It makes no sense. And Chelsea Green, I don't know why the goddamn hell WWE signed her. There's a reason why TNA Impact let her go. She's terrible. Oh my god. She went and do a German suplex. She couldn't even German suplex Bianca Belair. She couldn't even try to hold her. She kept trying to lift her up. It looks like she was dry humping her from behind. She couldn't even pick her up. That's how bad she is. We had Johnny Gargano took on Dominic Mysterio, Judgment Day 101. This match was a very good match. Dominic targeted the ribs that was taped up of Johnny Gargano's body because last week at NXT, Grayson Waller attacked Johnny Gargano at his home and beat the crap out of him. He had Dexter Lumis and Damian Priest at ringside. Really great match. Check it out, folks. If you haven't seen it yet. Back and forth. Johnny Gargano hit the slingshot spear off the ropes, delivered 2 super kicks, suicide dive over the ropes, knocking down Dominic on the outside. Dominic attacked the ribs, like overhead suplex in the corner on them, delivered body shots in the corner on him, even delivered a back. I won't get to that part yet. Sorry. Outside the ring, he dropped Gargano over the barricade, rib first, then drove him into the steel steps, rib first. They both guys are fighting on the top rope, and Dominic pushed Gargano off of it, then delivered a frog splash right across the back for the 1-2-3. That was awesome. And this match showed how good Dominic has improved since starting in WWE a couple years ago. We have Montez Ford of the Street Profits took on Austin Theory, the United States Champion, 1-on-1 non-title. This match it was good, but it was all Montez Ford. Like, Mahal stomp at the corner, body shots in the corner, back-to-back clotheslines, top rope crossbody, suicide dive for the ropes. Like, he was just kicking Austin Theory's ass. Now, Austin Theory does 2 moves and delivers A-Town down for the 1-2-3. Just like last week when D'Angle Dawkins just kicked Austin Theory's ass, Austin Theory did 1 move and won the match. It would have been a better match if Austin Theory had a lot more offense than he did. Rhea Ripley took on Bayley of Judgment Damage Control. Good match. I enjoyed it. At ringside was the other members of Damage Control. Then Lita, Trish Stratus, and Becky Lynch was at ringside. And Rhea Ripley's corner. Rhea Ripley got fed up with Bayley just unloading chops back at Rhea Ripley in the corner of chops. Rhea Ripley picked her up and just goddamn slammed her ass down. Like, she was pissed when she delivered that slam. Then she picked her up again and just slammed her ass down again. Then she applied that stress muffler submission hold. Bayley got a rope break. She went for Riptide, and Io Sky jumped up with the ring apron. As referee was dealing with her, Dakota Kai raked Rhea Ripley's eyes from behind and allowed Bayley to deliver the Rose Plant DDT. Rhea Ripley kicked out of that. So Bayley delivered 2 Bayley to bellies and got a 1 count off of Rhea Ripley off of 2 of Bayley to bellies. Again, Io Sky and Dakota Kai tried to cause a distraction. This time, Becky, Lita, and Trish took care of them outside the ring and allowed Rhea Ripley to deliver Riptide for the 1-2-3. The last match on Raw was Chad Gable of Alpha Academy took on Ricochet 1-on-1. This match was good. I enjoyed it. Now, before the match, Otis was approached backstage. Maxine wanted him to get a pedicure. He said, I didn't need one. Keep that in mind. They went to the ring with Chad Gable. Chad Gable Ricochet put on like a great 5-minute amateur style wrestling match going on. That was awesome. Then they started getting right physical into it. Chad Gable delivered a suplex. Then delivered that Northern Lights suplex into a pin. Ricochet kicked out 2. Ricochet did some clotheslines coming off the ropes, knocking down Chad Gable. Then Otis left with Maxine to go get a pedicure backstage, where 5 minutes ago you didn't want a pedicure, now you do. And that allowed a distraction. Chad Gable turned around, Ricochet knocked him down, they delivered a top rope shooting star press for the 1-2-3. So those are matches on Raw. Now on NXT. NXT, you had 2 women's qualifying matches this week. The winners will go on to join Zoe Starks and Gingy in the 5-way ladder match. Originally, it was a fatal 4-way ladder match. A stand delivered to crown the new NXT Women's Champion. Now it's a 5-way. Now, also, Roxanne Perez was injured at the pay-per-view. They're not saying what kind of injury she suffered. She was injured. She's going to be out for a little bit longer, not like months or that, just like maybe a couple weeks or a few days. Maybe she'd be the 5th competitor in the ladder match. Just basically get her belt back, you know? It's hard to tell. But it wasn't storyline. They just worked it. They didn't work it. She actually did suffer an injury at that match against Miko Satomura. And I like that Miko Satomura is not getting an opportunity at the title in the ladder match. I'm liking that, unless she's one of the women that's competing next week in the last chance qualifier. Hopefully she's not, because she didn't even get a chance to qualify. Indy Hartwell. She's Dexter Lumis' wife, storyline-wise. She took on Tiffany Stratton. If you don't know who Tiffany Stratton is, folks, picture The Miz, but as a woman. She comes out like with all the flashy lights and the Hollywood kind of look. I like her. I like her persona. Both women put on a good match. They exchanged forearms. Tiffany power slam down Indy Hartwell, who answered back with one hell of a spine buster. Tiffany ended up winning the match with a top rope moonsault for the 1-2-3. She qualifies to go on to join Gingy and Zoe Starks. After the match, backstage, Zoe Starks walked up to Indy Hartwell and said, "Yeah, Indy Hartwell is a loser again. She can't win nothing," which is true. She's been on a losing streak, so that's got to lead to something. The other qualifying match was supposed to be Wendy Choo against Lyra Valkyrie, the Raven Warrior. But Wendy Choo's injured, and she was replaced by Diamond Mine's Ivy Nails. Not a good match. It showed right here. Both of these win them. Oh, man. It wasn't a good match. Valkyrie won the match. She's in the ladder match now. And don't get me wrong, I don't like when superstars get injured, but I was actually happy Wendy Choo was announced that she was injured and couldn't compete because she's terrible. That one wrestles in her pajamas. She hits people with a pillow. She can't even body slam someone. She can't even... Her chops are like watching like a slow motion Matrix kind of move chops. It's terrible. You had Wesley, a North American champion. He came out and he gets to pick his 4 challengers for the Fatal 5-Way at NXT Stand and Deliver for the North American Championship. Now, this is cool. This has never been done on NXT before, where a champion gets to pick the challengers before the pay-per-view. He chose IF Dragunov, Jordan Devlin, the newcomer Dragon Lee, which apparently he's wrestled in New Japan Wrestling and AAA in Mexico. I have not seen him, honestly, myself wrestle, but apparently he's good. So he's in the match. His very first match. It's going to be a title match on pay-per-view. So Wesley had 1 slot left. But instead of giving it to Axion, who's been trying for weeks to get a one-on-one title shot against Wesley for the North American Championship, Wesley's decided next week's going to be a 20-man battle royal. The winner gets the final spot. Axion, he said, "You're in the battle royal. I chose 20 people. They get to fight for it." You can tell Axion was kind of mad because he wasn't one of the original 3 selected. So that's got to lead to something. Also, before I get to the next match, I like the North American title. I want to buy it so bad, add to my title collection of my WWE Championship, my Intercontinental Championship over here on these bookcases. But I haven't got it yet. I want to. But I noticed every pay-per-view that title's defended in a multi-man matchup. I just noticed that. Hopefully they change that up soon. Now, back to matches. We had Dragunov against Jordan Devlin. Match number 2. This rivalry is goddamn awesome. This match was match of the night, folks. Hard-hitting action. Both guys beat the shit out of each other. They exchanged haymakers from the ring of the start of the bell. They exchanged forearms. Dragunov chopped Devlin's chest so badly that Devlin's chest was bright red. And Jordan Devlin and Josh started chopping right away at Dragunov again. At one point, Jordan Devlin did a spinning splash off the ropes. Then he delivered 3 German suplexes in a row. Dragunov got up off the first one and almost took off Devlin's head with a running lariat clothesline off the ropes. That was awesome. Dragunov delivered a top rope knee right to the face on Jordan Devlin. Ran it back with a clothesline. Both evening matchup. Any man could have won this. At one point, Dragunov delivered a forearm right to the back, and Jordan Devlin just went down like a ton of bricks. At one point, Dragunov went to do his finisher off the ropes, out of the corner, and mid-air, Jordan Devlin countered into the Kajiji clutch chokehold. That was awesome. Just how the sequence of him catching Dragunov and mid-air with it. Dragunov got a rope break. They started fighting outside, and Dragon Lee was on commentary watching this match. Actually, they got hit twice by both guys, so he attacked both of them, so the match was thrown out. I can't wait to see the first match between these two guys. The last match to talk about on NXT was Bron Breakker and the number 1 contender to his title, Carmelo Hayes, with Trick Williams at ringside, took on Pretty Diddley. This is a good match. I enjoyed it. Carmelo got flattened with a flapjack from Pretty Diddley. All 4 started fighting. At one point, Bron Breakker grabbed a hold of Carmelo Hayes, just threw him onto Pretty Diddley. Honestly, Bron Breakker didn't do nothing until the end of the match. He stayed outside the ring. Carmelo Hayes did he ran at one member of Pretty Diddley, flipped over him, and clotheslined the other guy down. That was awesome. Then he did a springboard clothesline off the ropes onto the other guy. Then they caught a hold of him, started isolating, working him in the corner. They delivered a double team atomic leg drop and a splash on him. Finally, Carmelo Hayes got free, tagged in Bron Breakker, who finally got in. Speared one guy, running shoulder tackle the other guy. That was it. But this was a cool sequence. Carmelo Hayes delivered a code breaker to one member of Pretty Diddley. The guy turned around into a spear from Bron Breakker. Then Carmelo Hayes delivered the top rope finisher on him for the 1-2-3. That was just a cool sequence. I liked the match. I just wish Bron Breakker did more. After the match, they both looked at the NXT World Championship and kept staring at it. Also, on NXT next week, besides Battle Royal, was the last chance for the final spot of the ladder match. I guess it means it's the win them the loss, the qualifying matches, get one more shot at it. Also, Johnny Gargano has signed the contract in a no-holds-barred match against Grayson Waller, Stand and Deliver, but Grayson Waller will not sign the contract unless Johnny Gargano is not at the arena. So next week, Johnny Gargano has promised he won't be at the arena as Grayson Waller signed the contract. You know Johnny Gargano's going to be there. There you have it, folks. Let me know below what you thought of Monday Night Raw, what you thought of NXT this week if you watched the shows. If you haven't, on NXT, you gotta watch Jordan Devlin and Ilya Dragunov. They tore the house down. Stay safe, everybody. Too sweet. Bye.